Proverbs 30 was written by someone called Agur, and it shows us how his life is all about humility. The man acknowledged the things he doesn't know, and this actually teaches us, what true wisdom is about. It shows that in being wise, you're seeking knowledge by acknowledging that you do not know something, that you've got limitations and you need help. Agur was also found praying to God. He asked God to give him neither poverty nor riches, and asking for that, he said he didn't want to be too poor so he won't have to steal, and in his own mindset he didn't want to be too rich in order not to forget God. He actually asked for just enough to avoid pride or to also avoid lack, which shows us contentment. Now, another one is how a man called Agur reflects on the wonders of life. He wonders how eagle is able to fly, dive down, how snakes are able to move. And he just marvels, and he's trying to seek more understanding to know the wonders of God. And these are many more is what this proverb is saying. And you can only be a wise person. It's only a wise person that actually prays and thanks God. What I'll just say is that, like I said yesterday, we need time to read more. It's not just about what I'm saying. It's not just about reading. We need to devote a lot of time to get to know God and to know his word. So I'm just going to quickly read this chapter 30, which is from 1 to 33. And I'm reading the NIV version today. It says, I'm weary, God, but I can prevail. Surely I am only a brute, not a man. I do not have human understanding. I have not learned wisdom, nor have I attained to the knowledge of the Holy One, who has gone up to heaven and come down, whose hands have gathered up the wind, who has wrapped up the waters in a cloak, who has established all the ends of the earth. What is his name, and what is the name of his son? Surely you know. Every word of God is flawless. He is a shield to those who take refuge in him. Do not add to his words, or he will rebuke you and prove you a liar. 2 things I ask of you, Lord. Do not refuse me before I die. Keep falsehood and lies far from me. Give me neither poverty nor riches, but give me only my daily bread. Otherwise, I may have too much and disown you, and say, who is the Lord? Or I may become poor and steal, and so dishonor the name of God. Do not slander a servant to their master, or they will curse you, and you will pay for it. There are those who curse their fathers, and do not bless their mothers, those who are pure in their own eyes, and yet are not cleansed of their filth, those whose eyes are ever so haughty, whose glances are so disdainful, those whose teeth are swords, and whose jaws are set with knives, to devour the poor from the earth, and the needy from among mankind. The leech has 2 daughters. Give, they cry. There are 3 things that are never satisfied, 4 that never say enough: the grave, the barren womb, land, which is never satisfied with water, and fire, which never says enough. The eye that mocks a father, that scorns an aged mother, will be pecked out by the ravens of the valley, will be eaten by the vultures. There are 3 things that are too amazing for me, 4 that I do not understand: the way of an eagle in the sky, the way of a snake on a rock, the way of a sheep on the high sea, and the way of man with a young woman. This is the way of an adulterous woman. She eats and wipes her mouth and says, I have done nothing wrong. Under 3 things the earth trembles. Under 4 it cannot bear up: a servant who becomes a king, a godless fool who gets plenty to eat, a contemptible woman who gets married, and a servant who displaces her mistress. 4 things on earth are small, yet they are extremely wise. Ants are creatures of little strength, yet they store up their food in the summer. Hyraxes are creatures of little power, yet they make their home in the cracks. Locusts have no king, yet they advance together in ranks. A lizard can be caught with the hand, yet it is found in kings' palaces. There are 3 things that are stately in their stride, 4 that move with stately bearing. A lion, mighty among beasts, who retreats before nothing. A strutting rooster, and a he-goat, and a king secure against revolt. If you play the fool and exalt yourself, or if you plan evil, clap your hand over your mouth. For as churning cream produces butter, and as twisting the nose produces blood, so stirring up anger produces strife. Thank the Lord for today. And it's explicit, right? It's still talking about wisdom, and wisdom. And the beauty of this verse 30 just shows to us that you don't have to know anything. There's wisdom in saying, I don't know. And he who seeks knowledge gets to know more. And we've said it in previous chapters to say, how do you get to know more? Align yourself with people that know more. You can't live life alone. You can't live without a mentor. Get a mentor. Who is a mentor? Someone who has passed through the situation you're going through. Someone who is knowledgeable in what you need. Someone who would hold you in their hand and say, the way God said, you will hear a voice that says, this is the way you should go. That's who should be a mentor. Someone that can tell you the truth, even if it hurts. That's a mentor. You don't want just anyhow person. If you watch my previous videos, you would have heard me when I said something about a customer of mine who had different mentors. So it didn't have a marital mentor that wasn't doing good maritally. He had separate mentors. There's power in having a good mentor. And that leads to even association. If, for instance, you want to live a godly life, what are you doing with people of other faith? If, for instance, you want to be a faithful person, honestly, if you are found in the midst of promiscuous people, that you already know the answer. Yes, those are practical ways of living the godly life that you want to live, and also living in knowledge, living in wisdom. If you want to get rich, who are the people you are mingling with? What are the things you are engaging in? What are the information you're exposing yourself to? Practically, are you also going for conferences and all that? That's what 30 says. It talks about. I'm just going to end with verse 17 that says, the eye that mocks a father and scorns his aged mother will be plucked out by the ravens of the valley. Please, there's power in respect, honor your part of the commandments that people don't know is honor your father and your mother, that your day will be long on earth. I'm going to end with that. Do have an amazing day. See you tomorrow, which is our last day of Proverbs reading. I hope we are getting ready for the November challenge. As I am ready, I'm getting ready. I love you guys, and do have an amazing day. Bye-bye.